because there's a generation of stuff between our dads and us that influenced us. You know, all the music, all the, you know, Black Flag, Beastie Boys, whatever. You know, all the stuff that's come since, and it's going to come through us as well. So, you know, you don't want to be this sort of crushed velvet jewel box of a, you know, museum piece of something, because when we'll never be Mudboy. You know, our lives are so different. Our lives are not near as insane as our parents were when they were in their 20s and 30s. It was insane. I mean, it's a different time. I never had people coming to my house with the way that some of the people that showed up. But so that's where we're at right now, with plans. I mean, I have to go and make a new Hold Steady record, and I'm excited about that. And then at some point, when everybody kind of gets a moment, we're going to figure out what kind of record we want to make and do that. And that's really where I'm at in terms of how I'm going to be singing, what I'm going to be doing, getting me closer towards some sort of, you know, a voice and a direction for a project. I don't know if any of that makes any sense. I'm just kind of off in the ether now.
Sense. Okay, so now that you've been like a very important part of the Memphis music scene, and now that you're like on the national music scene, what do you think it is that Memphis is missing to be like a respected music city again?
What is it missing? That's a hard question. I mean, it's missing the ability to not worry about what it takes to be on a national level. You know, there's so many variables. Like you can point it back to Stax or Sun, but the world was different then. I mean, the music industry is so different now. You know, you can't compare it. Whatever conditions created Stax don't exist today, and on a variety of levels. You know, so you know, you can't look back to that as a model. I mean, there's some people that say that the music industry as we know it, if you look on the long line of things, like say from Caruso, who was the opera singer, who was arguably one of the first kind of recording stars, to, you know, the 80s and the big budgets in the 90s and all that, that it was just this one little blip that was kind of an aberration, you know, and that all that income and all that media presence was kind of a fluke, and you know, who knows where it will go from now, but like it's very different. So the question of why and worth and how much, you know, how come this and that, I don't know how constructive it is. You know, there's a lot of people making a lot of great music, and what it takes to get that heard these days is a completely different thing, and it's just, yeah, I mean, Nashville has more of an industry for sure. It always has, but that's Nashville, and I don't really have an answer, honestly. I don't think there is an answer, and if there is, I don't have it.
Very cool. Do you have another question?
Just like future of like Memphis music, just an answer. Is it bright? Is it bleak?
I think it's bright. Absolutely. The people that I know, I mean, look, you know, when I'm in New York, when I'm in Brooklyn, I'll often run into Andrew Van Weingarten, you know, who was a big fan of big ass trucks when he was a kid, you know, and I mean, there's no better. I mean, I say Memphis is doing all right in the hands of him, you know. I mean, he's not putting out, you know, his own line of this or that or whatever, but I mean, he's being creative, and he's, you know, and a whole lot of that was responsible, you know, has come from what he got from being here, you know, and who knows how it'll come out. I mean, he's young, you know, so who knows how it'll come out in years to come throughout his music. He's really creative. He's really talented, you know. There's plenty of, so that's on the high level of success, you know, quote unquote, measurable success. There's a ton of people making a ton of great music. There always will be, you know. There'll always be somebody complaining about something else too. There always will be that. But I think the future of Memphis music is incredibly bright. there's a lot of people that are just able to get their ideas on some sort of format and share it. So I think as long as people are creative and enthusiastic about what they're doing, you know, I think there's still a certain intangible to the city it's not time related. It's just is what it is. It is Memphis. And sometimes it gets up and bites you in the ass, but sometimes it really propels you forward. You know, so that I don't think that'll ever go away. So, okay.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
You were awesome.